Yes, yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for the first time ever. This has happened. Crossover of 5 of the 6 podcasts that go on this channel, people. So Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, people. So Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, Gonna Talk from the Arsenal podcast. Analysis at Anfield podcast, Talking at Tottenham Talk podcast. I wasn't reading that, people. That was very tough to remember to try to do that in chronological order. So I'm very, very pleased with myself. I've made it. I'm gonna tell my mum that. Like Sheik said in the chat, SCCU, man, Sarcasm City Cinematic Universe. For any Marvel heads, you lot understand what that is. So yeah, this is the first time this has ever happened. But big up to everyone who's just joined over from the raid on Saeed's channel as well. A lot to discuss with Arsenal beating Liverpool 3-1. Chelsea thrashed at home by Wolves 4-2. Manchester United winning at home to West Ham. Spurs drawing, conceding a late equalizer to Everton. So all the man are not here, but we have a couple of the representatives here. 2 of the happier representatives, I would definitely say. We got my guy TJ here representing Arsenal, and we got Jez also in the building repping Spurs as well. TJ, we'll start with you, my Don. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Number one, I figured out OBS, so now I got the scoreboard, and it's left over from my watch along today, and it is going to stay right here all show. First of all, big up the chat, big up Jez, big up Flawless. I'm no better way to spend a Sunday evening here in Kansas City than to celebrate an Arsenal win. I'm fantastic, man. I can't wait to get into the game. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Make sure that you are subscribing to Sarcasm City TV, TJ Warren TV. Let's get into it. I'm already seeing the chat blowing up, so let's do it.
Yes, and we are going to get into all things in regards to the big game of the weekend, which was Arsenal-Liverpool. Jez is also in the building. Jez, what are you telling me, family? You good?
Yeah, man. I'm good, man. I'm good. Like, obviously, I'm just waiting for another. I'm just kind of happy because like I've been going through content today. Obviously, we go to Arsenal. Obviously, hated the one, but I mean, it was a good performance. But there's a one section I'm just waiting for because I've been going around Twitter, YouTube. We're gonna get there.
All right, man. We gonna get there. You heard Jez. Big up to everyone who's joined over from the raid as well. Please make sure you run up the likes because there's over 120 people here. So hit that like button. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Big up to Don Saeed in the cut as well, who's saying big up. Shout out to my guy Saeed every single time. Big up to Warrior J. Big up to Sunshine. Who else is in the chat as well? Obviously, my Don Sheik. DJ Sav, I see you. Barry O'Malatelli. Eddie's here, says, LOL, trust me, people, the Chelsea fans therapy session will start shortly. For every like you give, it will help out a grieving Chelsea fan. Oh, yeah, they are in the mud. Big up to Unbiased TV, who says, come on, let's go. What a win. We got Super Mick Arteta. Sunshine says, we are ready. Yeah, I'm ready. I've been looking forward to this show. Like I said, the Liverpool and Chelsea representatives will be here shortly. I've been meaning to do this show. It just didn't make sense, but it made sense with the games that was going on with 4 of the 5 teams playing today. So that's why it made sense. But TJ, we'll go to you since you're the victor today. Arsenal 3, Liverpool 1. I know you weren't super confident going into the game, but you must be happy with what you've seen outside of the result in regards to the performance.
Yeah, I've only been called a fraud like 5 or 6 times celebrating this shamelessly. It's Shameless Sunday, people. Let's just have it. Let's just call it what it is. Arsenal fans everywhere are going to celebrate this victory because, put aside the fact that I think that was Liverpool's worst game of the season. Put aside that fact for just a second. We actually played at a higher level than Liverpool Football Club, the league leaders, the team that has been on the best form all season long. So, of course, I'm going to celebrate it. No, I'm not Arteta in for all you guys in the chat asking. I'm still not. I got to see a lot more, and I got to see a shiny thing at the end of the season before I am Arteta in. Let's just have that right. But, yeah, man, I can't believe it. The game was won in the midfield. Jorginho, who I have not rated on this club at all since he arrived, put in one of the best matches I think I've seen him play for Arsenal, if not the best. Incredible. My guy, and we were talking about him a lot during the pod on Tuesday, Declan Rice. doing exactly what we brought him in here to do. I don't think he put a foot wrong today other than one bad tackle that landed him a yellow. But what an incredible game he played in the midfield today. Absolutely holding it down. Defense, CDM in the true sense of the word. I said it again. You can say what you want about him. You can say, big up Tony Claude. You can say that you want to see him do more offensively. Without this guy locking down the defense, absolutely nullifying that Liverpool front three, we do not only see 2 shots land from Liverpool, and they were dead, by the way. Dead. Incredible. And you know what? We can go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Saliba, Gabriel, David Raya. There's still communication issues there. You saw that goal that we let up, which I was afraid was going to sink us, by the way. We looked like we were heading into the halftime, looking like we were going to beat these guys, world beaters. We're going to actually pull it off, right? And then we have another stinker miscommunication. It reminded me of Man City when we barely beat them. We put in one of those before because those guys aren't talking to each other. You got Saliba holding off the man, and he wasn't yelling at David Raya to come and get it. Raya just had to kind of hesitate and go for it. Got tipped out of the way, in for an easy goal. Our back line needs to start communicating. I think we saw a little bit better of that with Ramsdale in there. So that's just something we need to work out with David Raya playing in between the sticks. But I mean, it was an all-around team performance, though. Gabriel Martinelli, what a game!
I thought he was good.
Yeah,
good
what
outlet.
an absolute lights-out game from Gabriel Martinelli today. I mean, and we've been talking about how his form has dipped over the last couple of weeks. Sans the 2 goals that he got in basically dead time at Crystal Palace or against Crystal Palace. What a player! I don't understand why he was subbed off, but I can't.
Yeah,
really
I didn't get that either.
Manager.
I was criticizing that.
I would have given him
I would have given
him a 10 out of 10. I would have subbed out Havertz. I think Havertz again, another, if you were going to criticize anybody in that, off the back, that wasn't playing on the back line, it would have been Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz really was just taking up space up front and getting involved, getting stuck in at the end of the game when we were trying to hold that lead. That's the one thing I can say Kai Havertz did well. The rest of the time he was awful. He had that one-on-one with Alisson, and thank God Alisson just parried it out right to Saka and put it away. Yeah, I mean, and for people that are saying Havertz are solid, I mean, I get was solid. Different standards. I would expect somebody playing in the Arsenal number 9 to bury that one time, but different expectations in that. Yeah, and then of course Bukayo Saka, nerves of steel, being there to finish those chances. And that's one more thing I'm going to say before I throw it over to Jez. I am just absolutely thrilled by the way our team took our chances and generated chances today. There weren't many sitters that we were missing. Like the chances that we had, we took. And that is something that has been missing from our game all season long. And I couldn't be prouder. I mean, I think this is the biggest win of the season. I said it coming off of the winter break that we needed 9 out of 9, and we actually did it. I cannot believe we won against Palace. We stacked up wins against Palace, Forest away, and Liverpool at home. Now I'm going to keep repeating if it matters. West Ham must win the next 3, and then we can start talking about titles again. Yeah, are we back in the race? Yes, we are back in the race. But I am not going to be saying, "Oh yeah, like we're title contenders." Blah 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 blah. I'm not going to be touting that until we start stringing some serious win streaks together. We cannot be dropping points to West Ham. We cannot be dropping points to Luton. We cannot be dropping points to Brighton. We cannot be dropping points to these men because that we're going to go to the Etihad and we're probably going to drop points. We're going to Tottenham and we normally drop points there. So we have to win the games that we know we can win against the lower table competition. And that includes Chelsea. They are in the mud right on cue.
It's round Q for Surfer. It says Poch douche fraud out. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah,
Poch douche fraud.
Josh Poch douche fraud out. All right, we'll go there. We'll switch lanes. Chelsea 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 4. Flaws your Surfer.
By the way, it's a flattering scoreline to us.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't watch your game, so I'm not even
I didn't
taking
either.
liberties. I didn't watch your. Obviously, we was live at the same time.
When did we last have one of these podcasts? Was it midweek?
Midweek, yeah.
Yes,
On
midweek.
I think on Thursday, I think.
Just literally take all my words and apply them to this game.
Jeez.
My focus is not on Poch because I've made up my mind. My focus is now on the ownership in terms of they have to get rid now.
Okay.
They have to get rid of him and the directors, okay? Because it's not working. You hire sporting directors to run your club. Owners don't run their clubs. Okay? No owners run their clubs. Arsenal is run by Edu. For years at Man United, it's run by Woodward. Calhoun doesn't run his club at Man City. It's the former Barca boys. To a certain extent, Levy does at Spurs, but I think he's given up more power recently. But
yeah, Partici's doing it now.
Yeah, from his house arrest. But it's now become a point of, I know there is a style of play at Chelsea. It's just shit. That's all it is. So that's the style of play. This man has the gall to come out with his quotes today. Essentially, if anyone's read his quotes today, for me, that's an admission of resigning but not resigning. His quotes today. He just doesn't want to. He just wants to pay out now. That's all it is. To me, those quotes are basically saying I don't know what to do. That's what his quotes are. His quotes say that. I don't know what to do. For him to actually come out and say we need a set piece coach, then ironically we score from a corner today. So obviously, or set piece player, we actually scored from a corner today. But the fact that now we've seen more goals, we're now in -1 goal difference as well from these last two results. His team reflects him. He's not got a clue, and neither do these players. You can't play Caicedo as a single pivot player. It doesn't work. He's got Enzo on the left, doing what? And then he gives Gallagher a free role, but he doesn't bring anything. He spent more time in his own half today than the number 10 position. You've got that left side, Chilwell and Thiago Silva, experienced players, shit. Yeah, all our experienced players are crap.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're all Sterling to a lesser extent, but even he recently has been crap. Yeah, so, but that's your job. The thing he goes, I'll abbreviate one of his quotes. After we scored, we didn't know how to react after we scored the first goal. We didn't know how to manage it. And I think that's your fucking job. What do you mean you don't know how to manage it? It's your job. What do you mean?
Wait, he said what? Say that again. He said what? Say that again.
You know what? I'm gonna get the quotes up. Just bear with
Yeah,
me.
that don't even sound right. Like, I can't even take it like that. Yeah, like that's on you to change that. What?
Bro said a lot of things today.
That honestly, he said just after this press conference quotes that Potter accumulated over the months he was in charge, right? That we all went mental about, right? So let me just bring up some of his quotes today. Sorry about this. I wasn't expected. Anyway. Where is it? So he said, we were good until Liverpool, but after Liverpool and Wolves, it is like everything is going wrong. We have been on a good run and we need to move on. We played shit in that run that he thinks is good. What are you talking about? The results are good, but we've been shit. What are you talking about? He said, I want to apologise to the fans. No need to apologise, just resign. We accepted that. That's fine. Don't need to apologise. Just resign.
Don't apologise, just resign. He's crazy.
No, so
That's
the
just resign.
perception is Chelsea should be in a different position, but for different circumstances, we are not. One is maybe because we're not good enough. Understand, fans? I feel sorry. At the start of the season, he said Chelsea should be winning trophies. Chelsea should be higher up. You know what I mean? So where's that mentality going? So he's basically said. So Pochettino says we do not have time to build momentum for this game, to play easy and feel confident. Is this your job? What do you mean? Is this your job again? Pochettino says the team suffered the impact of conceding the first goal. That hard to manage the situation. What do you mean? It's your job. What do you mean it's hard to manage the situation? And what are you doing on the fucking sidelines then if you don't know how to manage the situation?
It's hard to manage it. Yeah. He does sound like a Sunshine to the Day. He sounds straight defeated. He does.
To me, that's a declaration of resigning without resigning right there. He just wants the payout. Pay him. He is. If I don't see it, this will tell me a lot about the ownership and how, because they waited too long on Potter. And that's it. Take it. Put him out tomorrow. What's the point? We'll probably go out to Villa anyway in the FA Cup. So, that's fine. It should be gone. I'll tell you right now, the directors need to go with him as well. The whole thing needs a look at. And the next thing they need to hire an actual sporting director that's done something at a big club. I would poach the Man City guys. I'd say you've got all those charges over you. Come work over here. You'll get a free run. Just do it. Or Michael Edwards, whatever, just say, listen, obviously you don't want to go, but just here's the bag. Just run it how you want to run it. That's all successful clubs are. Sporting directors run the clubs, not the owners. He's just a. Honestly, I've never. I think I said it. He's the worst manager because what is expected of him.
You said this.
He's the worst manager at Chelsea ever, and he's the worst manager in the league as well of what's expected of him. He's worse than Ten Hag because he got out-coached by Ten Hag.
Does he have a worse winning percentage than Graham Potter did?
I don't know, but what I'm saying to TJ, I think we've lost as many games as Everton this season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point you're making. All right. Yeah.
And also, we were better defensively under Potter. We were better defensively. We didn't score a lot, but we were better defensively under Potter. We didn't concede. We conceded 39 goals already this season. There's no structure. It's just, in the end, I think those guys, last 2 minutes of the game, I don't know if you watched it, but it seemed like they just ignored Poch and just decided to just try and score. There was no set style. There's nothing there. His team reflects him. They don't want him there. It's now up to the owners to take a look and go, it's not working. Whatever. Move on. He has not evolved as a coach. He still thinks someone put it, I can't remember, it's on the Cashier seat chat. He's doing tactics from 2016 in 2024. It doesn't work. Football's evolved.
Yeah.
Who plays with a single? Who honestly plays with a single pivot these days? They just don't.
Yeah, facts.
You don't play with a single pivot.
Treating it like it's pro clubs, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Just get torn apart.
It's the only time you see a single pivot.
And then Ben Chilwell comes out. Ben Chilwell also comes out and said, "Yeah, they wanted it more." That's the captain. That's the captain.
That's crazy.
That's the captain. That's the captain. Imagine your captain coming out and saying, "Yeah, they wanted it more," and you want the young players to look up to an experienced player like that. Are you out of your mind? Get lost, man. You can go as well. I've never thought someone Scott said in Casually FC, I'm begging Marcus Alonso to come back this way, and I want him gone. Ben Chilwell is trash, absolute trash. He's only here because of homegrown grow up. It's the only reason he's here. Honestly, I as much as I criticise Colwell at left back, Colwell has never had back-to-back performances this season like Chilwell's had. Honestly,
yeah, because he was shocking against Liverpool.
Oh, and Thiago Silva,
he's just shocking in general.
Yeah, Thiago Silva.
Tell your wife to shut her gob, all right? Because you want changes. You'd be the first one of the first players I'd make changes to. You can be benched. You know, he is. Oh, really, Thiago Silva's a leader. Nah, bro. He's the first to duck his head. I'm telling you right now. He's the first to put his head down. He's no leader. That's why. Tell you what. At Chelsea, I'd take Gary Cahill over him every day of the week, twice on Sunday. As a leader. Gary Cahill is a proper leader. Aspilicueta's a leader. Vanovic's a leader. Thiago Silva, you are a beta bitch. That's what you are. Absolute beta bitch. That's what he is. And by the way, I don't blame him for everything because we shouldn't be playing a 39-year-old on the back four. So that's on Poch. That's on Poch as well. Honestly, every player's got worse. I don't want to hear Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer's playing on his own vibes. I really do. I think he's an aberration. He's made every player worse. Every player worse than him. Badashile's worse, and he was balling under par. Enzo was even doing stuff under par. He's not doing now. How come Potter can get something out of these guys when Potter had all his midfield sold in January and playing Enzo as a pivot and still getting something out of Enzo? Honestly, bring Alfie Gilchrist on. Why? Because the skinheads in the crowd will love you more. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
I said this already, man. Like, well, it's funny because you would have thought they're gonna sing "You're getting sacked in the morning," Pochettino out, or you don't know what you're doing. They were singing about Abramovich and
they
didn't even sing Poch out because
here's a crazy idea. Instead of spending all this money on a fucking Conor Gallagher banner or whatever the fuck you want to do, why don't you write something that says Poch out or fire the directors or something like that?
They're not Poch out, bro. That's what, bro. Like that. That's why they wouldn't sing.
Why not say Poch out? Why don't direct at Poch so you don't know what you're doing, or even to the stands, you don't know what you're doing.
I expected that.
I expected that, but no, Roman Abramovich.
Hey,
singing Russian oligarchs' names, man.
Go on, sir. Carry on.
Heads up, morons. They signed a contract. They said they can't sell the club for 10 years. So there's no point saying owners out. You dickwads. That's what Roman wanted them to sign. So they couldn't sell it like that again. So
what if the reason why they don't sing is because he's bringing on guys like Alfie Gilchrist, like. You know what I'm saying? Finesse these people with academy.
I believe there's no singing. 4-2.
That's because Alfie Gilchrist looks like a kid that's in their estate council flat. That's why they agreed. You know what I mean? That's why they linked him.
One of our own.
Do you think, Surfer? Do you think that they're keeping him in because they don't want to bin him before the cup final?
I wouldn't take him into this cup final. You're mad. I wouldn't take him at all. I'd take him out. No way. I'd take him out. Honestly,
so you're pretty much you're writing it off. You're not winning. You're just like, you know what, get him out to
get him out.
Further embarrassment.
You want a chance to win this cup final? Get him out. But I tell you what, put Emma Hayes in charge. She's better coaching him. He got outscored twice in a row by Gary O'Neill. You know the funny thing? Wolves did not even play a low block today, or park the bus, whatever you want to say. O'Neill basically used the same tactics. The first game he tweaked it into those tactics. The second game, he went with it. This manager let Cunha score a hat-trick. The Wolves striker Cunha, who's arguably one of the worst strikers in the league in terms of
just overall skill, talent level, eye test, stat test.
He's great until he has to shoot, basically, right? He let him score a hat-trick. And by the way, it's the first victory at Wolves at Stamford Bridge since 1979. We're now going into Ten Hag territory of the records. Now, you understand that, right? And this is no one here. But this is what I don't get. When I go on other streams, rivals go when they talk about Chelsea. Oh, it's not Poch. You got to talk about the ownership and the players. But when we talk about Man United for the past 3 months, Ten Hag shit. Or when Arsenal do badly, it's Arteta. You know what I mean? Or like yesterday when I saw some criticism for Tottenham, what is Big Ange doing? Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So why is it different for my club? What? Because we spent $1 billion. Get over it. You know, we spent $1 billion. So what? Get over it. It's not your money. We didn't take money from you. Get over it. But why can't I blame? Oh, he was dealt a rough hand. No. He lied at his interview, which I credit because that's what you should do if you want a job.
I've done it many a time.
I rate it.
I love you, Eddie, but shut up.
Shut up, Eddie.
Shut up. I love you, Eddie. I swear, you're my brother, but shut up.
No.
Sorry, go on. And and with lying in interviews, done that many a time.
You lie in your interviews. No one checks the.
No one checks that shit.
Does anyway.
I told them I got a C in maths. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? But go on, Gary.
Dude, I said so much shit in my last job interview. I got it. I don't even know what I said. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't remember the answers I gave.
Yeah, just black. I black out in interviews like that. I just say whatever.
That's where I'll go back and I'll say, directors chose Poch. They did a 2-month vetting thing. Poch was their guy. The owners have signed off on it and followed this new thing from the directors. Because if you look at our summer 22 transfers, that was mainly experienced players, however you want to call it, and we've gone and flipped it over this way. So get rid. Get rid. It's not working. And it's fine to admit that it's not working. You know, for many years, for the last couple, it wasn't working with every week you would hear Arsenal fans talk about the Cronkies. You hardly hear Arsenal fans talk about the Cronkies anymore. And everyone going, I don't want a yes man. Okay, let's talk about Jurgen Klopp. He's a yes man at Liverpool, but he works. He works. You never hear about When's the last time you heard a Liverpool fan talk about FSG before Klopp made his announcement?
Facts.
Before Klopp made his announcement. And
Talking to you, Hassam.
Look what Klopp's done with Endo. Endo was a laughing stock of a signing because they couldn't get who they wanted. Look what he's done. Look what he's done with Kronza. Look what he's done. Look at what he's done. Look at all these. Look what Gary O'Neill's done. Gary O'Neill went to Wolves 6 days before the season started. I was on a stream earlier today, and someone said, "Oh yeah, but all these Poch's players, all these players that Gary O'Neill's, and also they sold his two best midfielders in the summer. He went in 6 days before, and I saw a game plan. Poch, we need more time to gel. Whatever shit he came out today. It's like you had 6 months of one game a week. How much more time? You got the actual thing that most managers want. You've got the actual chance, and all injuries. Fuck you and your injuries. You've caused most of the injuries in training. They've happened in training, not on the pitch. The players are safer on the pitch than in training. That's probably why they don't want to, that's probably why they're not responding to you, because all the others are seeing all the others drop like flies, because your training methods are archaic probably as well. So there's no logical reason, you want to focus on the owners? Absolutely fine. But my focus is on the owners to get rid of these guys now. Okay? That's what it is. If you don't get rid of them, then I have no idea. Then it's all about ego and pride at this moment in time. And that's what cost you with Potter. You didn't sack Potter in time. Ironically, I think Potter would actually do better with this squad than Pochettino. I think. Because I just, honestly, there's nothing there. Honestly, it was like watching a Saeed FIFA manager career today. That it was ironic. He took Caicedo off, and then they scored their third goal. He literally 2 minutes later.
To be fair, he took off his third centre back, so makes sense.
He turned him up and he dropped him in. Honestly.
Oh, man.
Honestly, listen. He's not evolved. That's the thing. He's not evolved. He's stuck in the past. That's what it is. This is all about man management and coaching now. We're seeing it in the league. What's the name of the Bournemouth manager, Jez?
Areola.
How can you not say it's not about coaching when I see Dominic Solanke linked to Arsenal in the January transfer window? And 4 months ago, no one would want him. Actually, take a look at that Aston Villa squad. Half of them you wouldn't take. You know what I mean?
That's more than half. People lying.
More than half.
You wouldn't take.
People be lying about that team.
You wouldn't take, right? Even now, you probably go, maybe not. I've got better people in my squad for that position. Doesn't matter. Look what Unai Emery's doing. Gary O'Neill. Big up Eli. I've said it as well. Gary O'Neill. And then you've got De Zerbi coming. He's had a hard time recently. But you took away his 2 best midfielders and didn't replace them. So what do you expect? Eddie Howe's having a tough time now, but look what Eddie Howe's done in 2 years.
Look what he's done. You can see the improvements. Yeah.
If you're saying it's not coaching, then I don't. Ange's the same time as Poch at Spurs. Right? Got a new formation. Yeah? A new goalie. Basically a new back four, a new midfield, and they lost their best player and didn't replace him. But yeah, and their injuries are worse because their squad's not as deep.
Yeah.
On paper. So, but oh no, he was dealt a bad hand. Fuck off. Dealt a bad hand. He's had the best situation any Chelsea manager had because he could establish relationships and set the foundations. Right here. Even if he didn't see it through, he could set it all and be given the credit for doing that and setting us on this way. He hasn't done it. He has not done it. He's a loser. He's a born loser. That's what he is. Those quotes I would expect Chris Wilder to make last night after losing 5-0 to Sheffield United.
Crazy.
Loser. And that's what he's bred into these players as well. Loser.
Can I ask you a question about the whole thing with because you have mentioned how other fan bases that would go straight away to the managers and criticizing them in terms of why is my club doing this, why is Pep doing that? I mean, I've seen the City fans on the timeline, surprisingly, also criticize Pep when he does something wrong. So how come? What do you think it is that Chelsea fans are so so reluctant to criticize Poch at any given time?
Because I honestly think it's the way the club was taken from Roman Abramovich. If Roman Abramovich, if it was a normal takeover, and Roman Abramovich said, "You know what, I've been here 20 years, but I feel like I have to move on," something like that. Then I think the Chelsea fans go, "We understand, thank you. Who are you going to pass it on to? Okay, let's see how we do it." But it's easy. It's listen, the owners are at fault. For parts, and most definitely, but they don't do the tactics on the pitch. I don't even believe the owners did. The owners talked to Poch as a final interview, and the directors chose Poch. It's the directors' job to find the manager. It always is. The Glazers didn't interview Ten Hag.
Yeah,
they got whoever in charge to do that. You know what I mean? Daniel Levy's probably the only owner type person who still probably does it with a manager, right? He's probably the only one, right? But Eddie, you know what I mean? Kroenke didn't. The Kroenke may have had a final interview with Arteta, but it was Edu and Vinashai that did all the groundwork to get Arteta in. It's the whole thing. It's like that at Villa, Monchi. They signed, Monchi's going to, if Unai Emery fails or decides to leave, he's going to be the one that's going to get the next manager in. It's just as simple as that. So I blame everyone gets blamed. That's the thing. I'm not going, oh yeah, but you can't blame the manager. Shut up. You know what I mean? I had to go at Mourinho when he was under Abramovich in a title-winning side on a few games. You know what I mean? So Poch ain't going to get any leeway from me. Do you know what I mean? But honestly, I said I didn't have anything to say.
It's cool, man. Get off your chest, man. Get off your chest.
I think it's just now. For me, I'd be running that Tic Tac meme. That GIF. Tic Tac. Because he has to go. I'm sorry. There's no logical reason to keep him. Even if you got a cup final, I don't care. As much as you might think it's wrong, and I did at the time, the Spurs sat Mourinho 6 days before a cup final. It was probably wrong thing, but they sacked him, right? It doesn't matter.
You know what? Here, redemption arc, Mourinho redemption arc. Fire Poch down, bring Mourinho in, win the League Cup.
I have no.
That would be historical.
Whatever, a Hansi Flick, a Lopetegui, whatever you want to do till the end of the season, whatever you want to do. But the thing is, you have to get rid of directors and get a proper sporting director in. Throw the bag at Michael Edwards, throw the bag at the Man City guys, whoever, Paul Mitchell, whoever you want to throw the bag at, whoever it is. You need to get someone in there who's got like the background and the respect. Mm-hmm. These guys came from Monaco and Brighton. Yeah, even Dan Ashworth at Newcastle. I know he's linked to Man United, but even he's got a better rep than these guys. Do you know what I mean? Just bring someone in, because that guy is going to run your club, or that person. Sorry, I don't mean to sound sexist, but I don't know any female sporting directors apart from the one we had. I don't even think she was a sporting director, Marina. But what I'm saying is this: bring the person in who's going to run your club, because they're going to run your club. They're going to run your club and oversee everything. So bring that person in, and then you're halfway there to make, and then let them make the decision of who's hired, because they're going to work with that person exclusively. Right. Yeah, that's a form now. That's why Manchester United did well all those years. They had Edwards, and Fergie for decades.
Yeah, and Gill was there. Yeah,
Gill, and for decades. And you saw the instant that both of them left at the same time, the impact it's had on Manchester United since then. Right? As bad as, listen, did I think Mourinho was great at 100% job? No, not 100%. But at least he built up a reputation. Do you know what I mean? She built up a reputation as whatever you wanted to call it. But yeah, listen, honestly, honestly, madness. I think just today's game was just, talk about today's game. Yeah, Cole Palmer scored, but that was it for him. Then Caicedo gave away the ball again, but he's so isolated in midfield. You just need to put two players around him and swamp him, and he's done. And there's no one behind him because they're all ahead. And then that was a deflected goal and another deflected goal. The third one was funny in terms of he took Caicedo off, and literally 2 minutes later we conceded a goal. And then the fourth one's a penalty, blatant penalty. It's ironic because we didn't get them in midweek. And then, we scored from a set piece, which was funny because he was midweek going, we need players that can take a set piece. Just mad. Bonkers.
Crazy. Hey, before we continue, run up the likes. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if you lot got any questions for Surfer, feel free to get any questions in, of course. Same for TJ, same for Jez, same for myself. Ryan couldn't make it on people. I did hit him up late because he did say he wasn't about too long, so he isn't ducking. You know what I'm saying? As much as I would love to say he is ducking. Well, hey, man, we only got 34 likes and there's over 170 people here. Hey, run up the likes. Like check 1212, man. Get us up to 60 likes. All I'm asking is 60 likes. Run up the likes. That Shine says, love the thumbnail, bro. Again, big up to Leon. That's who it was. You know what I'm saying? Who made the thumbnail for this. So big up to Leon. To S. said, he says, where's Hassam? Wallahi finished. Oh, he's devastated somewhere. He's definitely devastated somewhere. So I didn't shout it for this. To Barrio Malatelli, who says, flawless. I need a huge therapy session, Chelsea. I'm gonna play. I didn't see the rest of this Barrio Malatelli, but big up to you. And big up to Bambo. You know what I'm saying? For the very generous super chat. Bambo, I seen you in Saeed's chat. Salute to you. Thank you very much for the super chat. Nothing but respect. Big up, man. Thank you very much. You got any questions? I'll make sure to start your questions and get to them because of this very generous super chat.
Man.
So much appreciated.
Big
man. Much appreciated, Bambo. And big up to my guy Connor as well in the chat, CMO Sports. Make sure you subscribe as well. But yeah, Bambo, big up to you as well. So that being said, he should be sacked. Surely, Surfer. Like, I think we all like looking at that. Even the most stronger people who are backing Poch and are poaching must be saying, all right, time's up. Do you think it happens though? That's the question. Do you think this ownership does it? Is the question that I'm asking.
They waited so long on Potter. It seems to me that this is now about ego and pride on this, because the Potter one was sort of different. They didn't have any input from any sporting directors. They just did it themselves because they scrambled and sacked Tuchel. I think it's fine sacking Tuchel because he's shown up buying. He's a shit manager. So it doesn't matter. It's one of those. It's sort of the planning really. I would actually I would do this. If I'm doing it by order, I would do the sporting directors first and get in the sporting director. And then I see what he wants to do. But Poch would, I'm not bothered. Sack all three of them. I really don't care. They're both. Do you know what? Actually, sack all three of them right away, because I don't think Poch is going to do anything apart from make it worse. Really. So I'd sack all three of them. Whether they do it or not, I don't know, because they didn't do it. Sure. They didn't do Poch.
Surely he can. Surely he can. Like we gotta wake up tomorrow and be like, he's gone. Surely. And when that happens, people, there will be a Ballers at the Bridge podcast on it. But surely.
Logic dictates, you're right. Logic dictates he should be sacked tonight. And I should be hearing rumours of him getting sacked. I'm not even hearing any rumours, like real actual rumours of, or emergency. You know that term? Emergency board meetings. Emergency board meetings happening. None. I'm hearing none of that. Which would indicate to me that they're undecided. Let me be polite.
What more do you need to see?
Like I said, it's about ego and pride. They don't want to be seen to get another thing wrong. And I would say to them, bro, it's sport. You're going to get what? Let me just say to you right now, the whole Klopp and Pep thing is not going to be. It's not going to be working out at some stage for 7 or 8 years.
Facts.
Either because it's just not realistic, or they're just going to burn themselves out being in that long. We see it with Klopp, 9 years.
And we see it like, just because you spend there 9 years, you only get one of everything, like a buffet, but
right.
Different conversation.
We've won everything. We've won the same amount of trophies that Liverpool have won in Klopp's golden era, stuff like that. So you're right, logic dictates he's gone. But you know what I mean? I'm asking myself after watching Saeed's stream why that Manchester United AI didn't sack Saeed after so many games, and he still went that long. So,
Hey, Saeed, man. Saeed.
When you consider our 100 goals this season,
we don't have to run the numbers. You know what I'm saying? We don't need all that. We don't need
that Mbappe contract negotiation was brutal, man. That was brutal.
Mistakes happen, man. Mistakes happen.
Did you like the game where he went 2-0 against Everton, then went 6-2 down, and he went, "What is this defending?" not suddenly realizing he's controlling the defenders.
Hey man, sometimes the computer takes a mind of its own. I'm with him on that. Trust me. As someone who's ran career modes, it is like I'm fully aware. Hey, Saeed in, he bounced back, got the Real Madrid job. Let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? Trophies
No, but
everywhere.
I tell you what, it's like, you know, when you were waiting for Oli to be sacked.
Yes.
But he probably
Is it
didn't,
like that?
he probably didn't get. He should have gone after the Liverpool game. Everyone knows.
Oh
he
yeah,
should have
yeah,
gone
yeah,
after the
yeah,
Liverpool
yeah,
game.
yeah.
You lose 5-0 no matter what. You're 4-0 down at halftime. He didn't, right? He got like, did he get like 2 or 3 games?
Yeah, he got like 2-3 games after that.
Yeah,
when I
right.
had to
He
go
got,
check that back.
Yeah. He won Osaka go against Spurs. Remember?
Yes.
He won Osaka go against Spurs. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
And
Hey,
then-
you don't know how much I celebrated that shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
When Ronaldo did the suit, I suit in my room as well, bro. Like I was happy, bro.
Let me be honest with you, right? We scored the second goal, right, and 4-2, and Wolves were on the attack, and about 25% of me was going, score the fifth.
Crazy.
For the fifth. That's how much this guy has affected me. I do not like watching. I haven't watched Chelsea for a long time, but there was little glimpses here and there. But I actually hate this guy. Like, he's done something to my family. Well, he has. He's done something to my religion. He's made me hate my religion in terms of Chelsea, right?
Mazel.
He has made me hate it. I didn't hate Lampard in either stint or Potter as much as this guy. Even combined, I didn't hate them as much as this guy. This guy I'll say again, he's the worst coach in the Premier League on context-wise, on what he's got to work with and what's expected. He's the worst. The worst by far. Honestly. I'd even take Roy Hodgson than this guy.
You see the thing.
That guy's barely alive. Sorry, go ahead, Jess.
Oh my god! I mean,
what?
You're not even wrong. I mean, just say.
Where is it? Hold up.
That guy looks like he's lost on the touchline. Sorry, go ahead,
Jess. We don't need that else from you. Just want to say, people are the views expressed by panelists on Sarcasm City TV, and always the views of Flawless on Sarcasm City TV. Just to clarify, go on, Jess.
No,
me and Jess, when we do that podcast with Revealing the Secret Sarcasm City, we'll dub you in it, right, Flawless? Don't worry, we'll dub you in it.
Yeah, that'll be on the Twitch. That's cool. I can do what you like.
I'm just saying, well, like Hodgson doesn't even know where he's at right now. But
again, people banner. Again, banner people.
Look at the Luton coach. I know.
Rob Edwards. He's getting the tune. Yeah, he's getting the tune out of the play.
Don't say like
I was getting the tune out of Ross Barkley, bro.
I remember the first game when they came into the league. Yeah, they were nervous playing the low block shit. Now they said, "Fuck this, man. We're playing a high line."
They're just going for it. They're going for it. They're going for it right now.
And
they drew, but they should have gone for it. I know.
And that's the thing.
I know there's limitations. They're not going to keep clean sheets always because they're just not the team to keep clean sheets. But they're going to go for it. Admirable. Bournemouth again. Even Espirito Santo, I saw after 2 games a different style from him at Forest. Yeah. Now the manager bump might be wearing off, but at least you saw that. This Poch guy, start of play, it's shit. That's what it is. Same midfield setup as the one at Anfield. Same midfield setup.
Yeah, crazy, and it didn't work. Big up to AJB. Says, question for you, Flawless. Do you think you will get any kind of European football? If so, what? If we get any, it'll be Conference League. We ain't finishing top 6. Best place finish is 7th. I'm not fooled by these past 2 results. I'm not fooled by this one good performance because it was a good performance today against West Ham. We did the basics. Oh, yeah, mistaken. It was good is too far. Decent, I would say. We weren't great. We weren't fantastic, but we weren't bad. But we did the basics. We competed. Defensively solid. Ironic when you play a Surfer mentioned about the single pivot with Caicedo. All of a sudden, you play 2 players who are of a certain level in a double pivot, and all of a sudden, we look defensively more solid. Crazy that. You know what I'm saying? Every time we played a double pivot this season, all of a sudden, magically, we look better defensively. And that's against the better teams. We played a double pivot away at Arsenal. Yeah, we lost the game, but it was 2 last-minute goals from Declan Rice in stoppage time. We went away to Anfield, where everybody, including myself, thought was just pick a number between 4 and 10. And that was going to be the scoreline. Played a double pivot. Bear in mind, that was Maino and Amrabat with McTominay in front of them. And we all know McTominay's limitations, and Amrabat is just a try-hard. But you put Maino next to Amrabat with a back 4, and hey, it works here. Same way when we played, there was another team we played, Villa in a double pivot, and we were 2-0 down, but I wasn't mad because the performance was actually decent. And then we ended up winning the game, and we deserved so. So yeah, do I think we get any kind? No, I think the lack of quality from the manager and the lack of quality from the players will show in the end. Like
That
we're
just
still on a
shows-
minus goal difference. Yeah, go on, sir.
Man United Liverpool result just shows up Poch even more. That he didn't even take anything from that. That this Man United team, who I still think is one of the worst I know you're higher than us and stuff like that, but overall, I still think it's one of the worst teams, right? Because I don't think the Premier League. I think the Premier League. Listen, I think the Premier League.
In terms of quality, is not good. It's
this
entertaining.
season,
But
I
the
think
quality
there are
is not
teams
good.
It's
that are
entertaining,
functional,
but yeah,
functional, not the best that has been
Yeah.
in previous seasons, right? But the fact that Poch went in there with a highline 39-year-old instead of packing out and sitting
That's crazy.
20 yards deeper and packing that midfield out after seeing United do it, honest, and then a double whammy of letting Cunha score a hat trick. I mean, letting Cunha score a hat trick today.
Yeah,
That's
Cunha
what
hat trick
letting
is
Vinicius
crazy.
at Fulham
Cunha.
score a hat trick. Do you know what I mean?
That's
That's the
crazy.
levels we're talking about right now. That's the levels. Letting Vinicius, that's the levels we're talking about. Honestly, I wouldn't even say Adebayor because Adebayor's a better striker than Cunha at Luton. But that's the levels we're talking about. That shows me that he has no self-awareness whatsoever. He's stubborn and will go with what he thinks is right, even though it hasn't worked.
That is
I think it's also just a thing of Poch was never really this type of manager that is, how do I put it? He never been the manager that I look at and say you're kind of adaptable. It's like when it works, when you have to play and everything goes fine, it goes fine. But when things go bad and people sussing them out, you can really see very soon how easy it is to play against Poch. Like tactically, he just never was this type of tactical genius or anything like that. It's just never been like
he was pace and power. Let's face it, right? He had Cole Walker,
Danny
Alderweireld,
Rose.
and Vertonghen, and Danny. By the way, Danny Rose is not a tall guy. For these people saying like he wants tall players, Danny Rose is not a tall.
Danny Rose was
left back,
not
so
tall. No.
All this bullshit about needing a tall player. And then you had Wanyama and Moussa Dembele, pace and power in there. And then you had
Wanyama.
Wanyama said that. Wanyama Dembele. Then you had Dele Alli, Son, and Kane, essentially, right? To do all your attacking stuff. So that's what I said. He's trying to play those tactics. What? You don't evolve. How can you make Messi only score 6 goals in the fucking French league in his first season?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And play
That's
a midfield in one game
that.
of Verratti, Di Maria, and Idrissa Gueye in your midfield. In one of these, you played Messi at right wing back, so the urban legend goes, or something like that. I mean, the guy's just not evolved. It'd be like everyone goes, "Oh, bring Mourinho back." Leave Mourinho alone.
Talk about that because I've seen people ask for Mourinho. Are you saying no?
Now those leaks have popped up now. I have seen those leaks online. Mourinho. Okay. Oh my god! I mean, Mourinho is
not even till the end of the season. You wouldn't take him just to solidify things a little bit.
He never been the type of manager though.
But he's a different man.
Yeah, exactly. He's not the type of manager.
I'll say right now, it's an absolute horrendous idea.
You need a combination. You need a combination of man management and coaching now. You need that combination. You need that combination. Mourinho hasn't evolved, but you know what? He's on the right not to evolve with his CV. Yeah, unlike Poch, who doesn't have that on his CV. Yeah, he has a French league and a cup, no problem, whatever. But he doesn't have anything else. Yeah, and he took a year off as well. So that shows me he didn't even do what Eddie Howe did and went to go all around like different coaches and stuff like that. Because you see, Eddie Howe's coaching is different from Bournemouth to Newcastle, obviously. So he just sat there and waited for a job and thought he was entitled to it. That's what it was. He didn't evolve. He's not evolved. He's got. I bet you, Jez. He's got the same coaching staff from Tottenham.
Yeah, he does. I saw.
He's got the same coaching staff. Which means that they've not evolved. The best thing about Sir Alex Ferguson, every couple of years, different. Even Pep
switch it up.
Couple of years, different number twos, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or different other coaches, freshen it up, get new ideas.
Yeah, man, different shits, man.
Different shit. You got to evolve.
But number 2, never mind. Well, yeah.
I'm ranting. I didn't hear your nonsense.
That's cool. You know what it is? It's because of Double A, man. I was on the Unfiltered podcast and he be getting his dad jokes off all the time. And now, you know what I'm saying? That's what the influence
is.
is.
You see how much I'm ranting for us? I didn't pick up on the dad joke. That is
Yeah,
like,
you didn't.
that
Terrible.
is like,
Dad jokes. I'm not even a dad.
Right?
This is terrible. Double A is my done though.
no,
Subscribe
I
to
should
his
have picked that
channel.
up. I should have laughed at it. I
It's
didn't
all
pick it up.
It's all good, man. So
I
you're
laughed at it.
totally against Mourinho then, yeah? Totally against it.
I just think you don't bring Mourinho in as an interim. That's just
Okay.
insulting. You just don't. Right? If you're going to bring him in, which you shouldn't, because I just think it goes. He's just not. Mourinho's now got a set thing he does at every club. The first year he goes there, everyone's up, everyone's on the up. They buy into what he does. By the second season, halfway through, it starts turning, and then you get into the third season, it's all shit. Yeah, so if you look at it, he's done it at Roma now, did it at Spurs sort of, Man United definitely, and both times at Chelsea and at Madrid as well. The only time he hasn't done it, because he didn't go to a third season, was Inter Milan, because he only got 2 seasons there. But the second season, he won the treble, stuff like that. So he's got a pattern now. There is a pattern of how Jose Mourinho operates, okay? And that's because he's not really taken on and started to evolve, like in man management stuff or anything like that. Coaching, maybe, because he got Roma their first trophy in what?
In years. I think it's since. Yeah, it was years.
But the man management thing, and plus he bought Tammy Abraham, so that goes against him as well. So, you know, one of those. So,
signing Tammy Abraham.
It would be like you guys bringing Sir Alex Ferguson back if Ten Hag would have got sold. He's our version. I know he's not been there, but he's my version of that because he was here for 2 stints and won all those trophies. It'd be like
AJB in the chat as well.
It'd be like something happened to Arteta and Arsenal decide to bring Arsene Wenger back for like 3 months.
Hey, run it back, man. You know what I'm saying? Arsene back to Arsenal, man.
So hang on.
What are you saying, TJ?
We get to 2024 and our clubs have brought back Mourinho, Ferguson, and Arteta.
Let's run it back, man. They were the good times, man. Let's run it back. Mourinho, Wenger, and Sir Alex.
We didn't appreciate those times when they were here, guys. That's why we didn't properly appreciate it.
No, we didn't. Yeah, it is. And big up to Andrew as well for the super chat. Much appreciated. The Chelsea Avi, so my condolences. He says, gone from expecting my team to win every game to expecting them to lose every game. Hard to watch where we have ended up. My club is falling apart with a broken heart emoji.
So here's the thing, and Lewis just put it in our group chat. So this is from Felix Johnson, who's a reliable source-ish. So Chelsea have created a shortlist for managers if Pochettino was to be sacked. Now, this is the first thing I'm seeing when something is being leaked like this. So they must be at least considering. They want to have a replacement lined up before Poch is sacked. Smart. They don't want a repeat of how long his appointment took. That took 2 months, by the way, his appointment, if you remember all those fascinating streams. Hansi Flick, one of the favourites, liked the pedigree and availability, also told Girona manager Michel Sanchez is appreciated.
Okay. And it also says, I was just reading the same thing. Privately, Chelsea's board us. Yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
If you're Michel Sanchez, right? Why would you leave Girona now? And I know it's Girona, Chelsea, but the problem is Girona are in a fantastic position, especially after the Madrid drawing tonight against Atletico. He's in a fantastic position to win that league. So you wouldn't leave it right now, right? You just wouldn't. There's no logical sense for him to leave that. Plus, I think he's like, aren't Girona part of the City group?
Yeah. And just quickly, to Donna C, you're not banned. You know what I'm saying? And that there's no other account.
Donna C.
Yeah, you're right here. So you're gonna have to at me
all the time.
Yeah, you have to at me on Twitter with the account that's banned because you're here talking, so clearly you're not banned. What other account is banned? Do you have another?
Picked up on the vocab there, Flawless. Picked up on the vocab with these.
What what vocab would you mean? I missed it.
Wagwan. She always says Wagwan. Always, everywhere.
Everywhere. So yeah, Donna C. Hey, big up to Donna C. If you picked up on the vocab, salute to you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, big up to Donna C. But yeah, why would you leave? But go on, carry on, Seth.
No, there was a thing that someone released earlier. It was like, casually, we create some of the. Ed Barley is a big fan of Xabi Alonso, and we try and get him in as quickly as possible if there was a chance. So why would he leave Bayer Leverkusen right now? And also, why would he leave in the summer when he's got like possible taking over Liverpool or Bayern Munich? Why would he do that? Unless you're going to throw the bag in, but why would he leave? This is the whole point. When you sack someone in mid-season, you have to either go with an interim or you have to make a decision of going, okay, so we're sort of right off the season, but we need to start rebuilding before the end of the season. We need to know who to keep and who to get rid of. So Hansi Flick's going to be linked to every job because he's free and available. And the Girona boss, I just don't see him jumping ship at this stage of the season. If they were like third or fourth, maybe. But then again, it's getting Girona in the Champions League is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know
of course.
It's a massive,
of course.
And why would he leave what he's built there to take over probably 12th or 13th place Chelsea?
Well, it's not. In the summer, it's more of a chance. But why would he leave? Why would he leave now? Why would he leave now? There's no logical reason he leaves now. If we were like in fourth place or something, and we had to get Pochettino out because something happened, then you could go, okay, maybe. But no, if he gets Girona that La Liga title, that is a massive thing to put on his. That is like that.
Oh yeah, he's the guy.
Massive.
He's the man.
Massive.
Yeah, he's the
That'd
man.
be like. It would be like when Jose won the Champions League with Porto.
Yeah, it'd be like when Ranieri won the league with Leicester.
Ranieri,
that type of thing.
Yes, that's as big as Ranieri winning. Because it won't be seen over here because we're narrow-minded Englishmen. But it won't, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I always thought that about you, TJ, narrow-minded Englishman. But go on, carry on.
All right,
I said over here. I didn't say TJ is not over here. He's narrow-minded over there. That's the difference.
Fact, no, absolutely fact. No, narrow-minded on the other side of the ocean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we got the whole pond covered with narrow-mindedness.
Yeah. Anyway, and then
how else am I gonna fit in here? That's all I'm
saying.
True,
that's part of the thing. Yeah. And you got this joke man Jez in the bottom right-hand corner, but carry on.
Hey,
yo.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. Sorry, Jez. That was just an unnecessary shot. I just felt like shooting you. Sorry.
Fair shooting like Jarborant, man.
Reflex.
Wow. No, he don't shoot. He just gets caught with a gun, Jess. That's the problem.
It was reflex. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
It is, but hey, you lot continue to run up the likes. Over 150 people here. Over 150 people here. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to TJ's channel, TJ Warren TV. The link's underneath in the description. It's also on the featured channel page as well. And that's not just on any live stream. TJ's on, that's every live stream on the channel. TJ's channel is underneath in the description. Over 150 of you lot in there. TJ Warren TV. Just type it in YouTube, people. And like I said, run up the likes. We're at 53. Let's get us up to 80 likes. And subscribe to the channel, man. It is road to 10K here on Sarcasm City TV. We're currently at 9,531. 9 more people. Get us to 9,540. I'm asking for 9 more subscribers, and there's over 150 people here. Yeah, go on.
Did you talk about how much Jurgen Klopp's a hypocrite after today's game with his comments?
Oh my God, his after match. That was actually pathetic.
Basically saying the ref didn't give everything.
Pathetic.
Did you say anything on Wednesday about us not getting 2 penalties? Oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And rightly so, because he's a hypocrite, like all managers are. Pathetic. But for him to actually come out and try and actually say that, and listen, I don't like giving Arsenal credit because why should I? But they thoroughly outplayed Liverpool today from start to finish. It wasn't even close. That scoreline 2-1 made it look close, but it wasn't close whatsoever. Okay, wasn't close whatsoever. And I've no idea why he's taken off Trent. I have no idea. You got no game midweek. You can rest him until the next week. I have no idea why he's taking Trent off. Because I think Darwin Núñez works better with Trent on the pitch. That's all. What is the point then? Who's going to cross it in? Joe Gomez at right back? For what? Andy Robertson? For what? Just a complete mix-up. That's what it was. And like I said, Arsenal, Arteta got his tactics spot on today. That's where, if you want Kai Havertz to succeed, that's his best position for me. None of this midfield shit or out wide. That's his best position.
And he wasn't good today.
It's not all the time, because I don't think he can do that all the time. But on occasions, that's his best position for me. It was never in midfield whatsoever. Never.
He had a couple of good games in midfield, but I think you got to look at the opposition we were playing against as well. But when you see him in the number 9 in the big games, like Man City, both Man Cities and this Liverpool game, he's put in average to slightly above average performances. I think he was average today, but my guy Connor made a really, really good point. It's just kind of like at this point, today was more like we don't want him in the midfield and we don't trust Eddie Nketiah. We don't have Jesus. We don't have Jesus. We don't trust Eddie Nketiah against Kanate and VVD. We got to go with Havertz purely because he has the size. That's it. That's the beginning and the end of the argument there. That's the beginning and the end.
There's a different, if you want to classify him as a false 9, which most people do, that's a classic false 9 performance right there.
Yeah.
You're still staying up a bit top, but you make yourself a nuisance, or you make yourself at least a target, then you occupy the defence, which we didn't do midweek. That's the problem.
Yep.
So then Liverpool can't go a further 10 to 15 yards up the field like they'd like to do, because they've actually got someone up there who's going to occupy the spaces they're in.
Yep.
Now,
facts.
I don't know whose fault it was. The second goal, VVD or Allison. I
both.
care less.
It was both. Well, VVD was involved in all 3 goals in some way, shape, or form. Like he cheated up way too much on the first one. Got faked out. Cheated up way too far on the first one. Got exposed. Second one, obvious. Third one went off his toe.
Yeah,
like it was the worst performance I've seen out of VVD in a Liverpool sweater in a long, long time.
And I will say this: if Liverpool fans, I'll tell you what. I'll quote a Sam on this stream. Liverpool fans, if you don't find a replacement, this is your future without Mo Salah. Right there and there. That is your future with Mo Salah, without Mo Salah. Mo Salah is the most disrespected by his own fans, let alone other fans. The way people were gassing up that frigging Norwich performance. And also, you can't even gas up the Chelsea performance now because Wolves just smashed us before. So you can't even big that up. Do you know what I mean? So the way, I tell you, Salah is so disrespected by his own fan base, let alone other rivals fans. That's just he is essential. They need to get him back to stand any chance of winning this league, because Arsenal have set a blueprint, right? And I think it's a blueprint that's always been there. I think you can get through Liverpool midfield. I really do. I think it's their weakest point.
Yeah,
you can get through their midfield, and Arsenal did that. They basically Jorginho.
Well, I thought Jorginho.
I mean, they were missing. No, Jorginho. It was a toss up between Jorginho and Rice for man of the match.
Yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is, they were established a base and in the midfield and ran through them.
Yeah,
freed up Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, and Havertz. But their midfield is an issue. It's still an issue, and they need someone. I tell you right now, you're amazing. They need Endo back very quickly. I think Endo's missing. I think Endo is very important to their team. Ironically, and that's good coaching from Klopp that he's now.
Szoboszlai is arguably
missing as well. Yeah, but,
I said this on the stream, man. Gravenberch
was absolute shit today.
Gravenberch, that dude. The only reason why people give him Pogba shout is because he's black and lanky. That's all it is, man. But I've seen people call him.
TJ, turn your camera off.
No, I said this to Flores on the stream.
Oh, where's the banner?
What does he actually bring? I'm not even gonna go there. Like, what?
I request that every time Jez starts speaking, this banner goes up.
This has to come up.
Anything. I want this banner.
No,
let's carry on.
Because I've seen the comparisons.
You should get rid of this banner and have it scrolling across the bottom instead of this. I'll tell you right now.
I might start doing that still. I might do that. I might do that. I do that still.
No, it's because I've seen this comparisons here. I was like thinking, what does it make you think like us? He doesn't pass like Pogba. He doesn't shoot like Pogba.
He's from Ajax. You get the big bump up because you're from Ajax, and he went to Bayern.
Yeah, but even then, it's one thing being from Ajax, and then one thing actually looking like the same player. That's what I'm saying.
But it's an historical thing with Ajax, even though for the last 25 years they've been shit, right? Basically, right, in terms of like European, that 1-1 under Ten Hag has really fooled everyone. There's still some type of powerhouse. Even their academy now, That group was the first group in years, in decades, to come out where you started looking at Ajax. That was the first group in years. You didn't think of Ajax before that until the early the 90s and the early 2000s. Since then, it's nothing. So you get the big bump because you're an Ajax graduate. You get to Bayern Munich, and do you know what? I think Thomas Tuchel's talent ID is shit overall, but he's right about Gravenberch. For me, at this moment in time, he was right about him.
No, see, this is the thing though, like, because Bayern fans were obviously complaining about Gravenberch not playing, and now people was complaining, but then every time when he played, he wasn't really performing to the levels. And people forget this wasn't a Tuchel thing. It happened under Nagelsmann as well, where he wasn't.
Yeah.
So clearly something was happening where he's just not performing. I think there's probably talent there because again he is from the Ajax academy, but in the same time it's like National's really shown right now. The dude is just out there, just like I said. That's why I say for people that call him like Bobo, it's only because he's black and lanky.
That's you. What do you mean, people? It's just you.
I've seen people make
literally you. It's literally by people you mean you.
No. I've seen people make that comparison.
No one else.
I've seen it. No, it's an actual thing. It's an actual comparison. But anyways, like I said, Gravenberch, I don't know what he does.
The problem someone's put it in the chat. This is his first season. The problem Gravenberch is this is Klopp's last season, and I don't know who's taking over the next season. So he needs to make an impact now.
Exactly. Leave an expression for the next.
You got to show something. You've not shown those. Like defensively, offensively, what are the attributes? Yeah, like what are the attributes you look at and go, all right, he possesses this.
Hold on a second. Even if it's the first season, why can we not sit here and say at least show us something?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's not only at the big club, that's also at the quote unquote smaller clubs as well. Like you think when Matthias Nunes signed for Wolves, that if you would have stunk it out from the beginning, Wolves fans would have been happy. Hell no. So I'm just asking, show us something, because it's like dude's just out there. Obviously, Szoboszlai, he goes always up and down. You don't really get the consistency, but at his best, you can see what he offers at least to the minimum. So I'm just sitting here asking, at least for something.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Well, no, and under another manager, he may not be getting the shots. I mean, his time to actually make an impression is running out too, and today didn't help him.
Yeah, because we're like it's in February now, so we're looking at like you have to show us. All right, well maybe you can do this and then and that type of thing. But like there's nothing. Warrior J says, I don't even know if he's still in the chat, but he says I want to ask you a question, Jez, since I wasn't in the Q&A yesterday. Jez, your view on Everton to Spurs 2. Are you frustrated that Spurs didn't score the third goal?
I mean, shit, we could barely create because Everton making it so difficult for us to just get to the final third. Like Ghana Gay, bro, that guy was busting the midfield. Like guy was just winning everything. But
Warrior J, big up.
Yeah, big up, bro. Now it's just I'm not frustrated that we dropped the 3 points, yes, but then at the same time I look at the overall performance and did it felt like we were deserving of the 3 points. Not really. That's why I'm probably not so angry about that. It's just more about, it's just on the day you kind of frustrated because you dropped the point just in the manner you did, and then you kind of angry, but then after a day you kind of calm down and kind of analyze it properly again, and then realizing what was really the issues. And first and foremost, for people that say, do you think there was a foul on Vicario? No, I don't think it was a foul. Even though certain other keepers they call it on fouls, but then again, I think this was Jack Harrison who was on him, who was like much smaller than him. So I'm like, if the because it happened to us in the City game as well, and it was even worse, but they still didn't call it. So next time, if I'm Ange, I'm telling Vicario, if the next time just swipe out the man or whoever is there, just take him out, because then if the referee still want to call a foul then on you, then we have to start putting complaints out there. Because how is it that if Vicario wants to actually make himself big and wants to go on Clatterman in order to get the ball, but then you want to call a penalty, but if then guys are stopping him from actually getting there, and he can obviously not go over commit, he's gonna gives fall away. Then all of a sudden you're not gonna call a foul against the other team. So it's like, for me, just go next time. Just if you have to go and clatter into an opponent because he's near you for the corner. So be it then. But then even then, it's like, because set pieces is something that obviously Everton they eat off every single time.
Yeah.
Hence why
Second in the league, only to us. 11 set piece goals.
Literally, so like, because this is the funny part. Because obviously people looking at our XG conceded, all that nonsense. Ironically, I thought we actually played well defensively. Because from open play, everything was cut out. Van der Ven was my man of the match. Just a pure centre back. You can see his presence being missed, and you can see the immediate fact that he just brings to the team. Even though Charles Ben Davis, Ben Davis did well during the period when Van der Ven is out, but you just see the difference with an actual centre back there with the pace as well.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I have not seen. I can't. I told myself I wasn't going to do that, but I actually did get up and watch it. Van der Ven was flying. I have not seen a center back with pace like that in the
it's ridiculous.
First midfield in a long time. That guy can fly.
Yeah. We had
pro clubs.
A recovery pace is needed to put them out of position. Yeah, I hear you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's
I'm not
nice.
joking. That's not a show.
I believe you not. It just made me laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done that. I've ran people down. But like I said, more so that's when I'm lapsing concentration. I got to chase someone down. That's what I was like.
But now it's just, I mean, what a player. Yeah.
I'll tell you what annoyed me about acting. Not that you drew. That's fine.
Yeah.
Everton annoyed me. They went away from that tactic in the first half that was working so well.
Yeah.
Pressuring the goalkeeper. They didn't do it in the second half.
Yeah, I think they were maybe concerned that next time they're going to call it. Maybe that. Right. Or maybe it could have been also a thing where, okay, this time around, if they do it again, Vicario maybe adjust, or maybe the team
but
adjust.
you should test it still, right?
Yeah, of course, that's the thing that you could have definitely done that. Maybe I'm just trying to come from a perspective of why they didn't do it, instead of.
No, but if I'm like, so I was watching the game.
Yeah.
And even the commentators were going, why aren't Everton just doing what they did in the first half? It worked.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it got to the 90th minute, it's like, why? They should have just kept doing this. It was working. Spurs were rattled, right?
Yeah.
Your goals are very good, but apart from that, I think your overall play was very
this is what I was about to go into this. Like, I think one, fair play to Everton, because they made it extremely hard from since the goal in the 4th minute. They were onto us in terms of just pure work. They weren't sitting deep. They weren't sipping deep, or trying to just let us. It was even hard for us to just play a hard line at times. Like we had to build up from way deeper as well. And I feel like big issue today, yesterday, was that the midfield was just not on it. Maddison wasn't on it. Højbjerg was Højbjerg.
He's just come back though, isn't he?
Madison.
Yeah, he just came back.
Madison had a really great assist on that Richie goal. Great.
He had a great assist. This is the thing though. Like, I give him credit for that assist because obviously you have to have quick feet there, and obviously we charged him with a ridiculous finish. But in the same time, I still look throughout the whole 90, and it's just that's why I think he got sucked off as well. Like Sofa said, just came back, and you don't want to. Yeah, bro. No, okay.
I don't know. I know it might not happen a lot because the Spurs fans are in love with him and stuff like that, and rightfully so. I just think Ange's in-game management leaves a lot to be desired.
That goes to this. Just have a question. Were you annoyed with the subs Ange made in the game?
I mean, Hunter is a beautiful thing because if you would have kept the result, nobody complains about it.
Yeah.
But because we dropped the points, then no, it's a talking point. Me personally, it's one of them ones because again, like Sofa said, Maddison just came back, so that's just one that I think he's cautious because he knows. If he goes down, we're going back to just the same issues that we had with the creating part. So he was just kind of like, I don't want to lose you here, and I'm just going to sub you off, even if it means we're losing something on the pitch. Now, that's where I think we messed up. We went to the back three by bringing Radu on and took a midfielder out in Højbjerg.
Yeah. You allowed them to pressure you.
We allowed them to get even easier. Like, at least with the free midfielder, at least you matching their midfield. No. It's again going back to just two midfielders getting overrun, and I feel like, and then it's just the players that came on, which again, like Sofa mentioned before, in terms of the starting 11, we are quite fine in my opinion. It's the squad what comes after, and when you see guys like Brian Gill having to come on because of the fact that not everybody's back yet.
Brutal.
When you see Lo Celso all of a sudden disappearing again, so he's not there. So it's just again guys disappearing out of nowhere, and then you seeing scraps like Gill and everybody coming on, and it's just putting pressure on us in terms of Everton. It was easier for them to go, and you can tell in that around the 80th, around 70th minute, between the 75th and 80th minute, you can start to see that guys starting to get nervous because this is also when we did the substitution. I personally think we win the game if we don't make any subs. But then again, like I said, hindsight is a beautiful thing because if they would have kept not the clean sheet, but I mean kept the score to 2-1, everybody praises Ant for making those subs and keeping it tight at the back. Pause. But
there you
go. Like for me, this is the one thing I say. Like for me, the in-game management thing, because there's something actually that the in-game management thing is actually something that I actually have noticed already quite some bit. But despite dropping the points, obviously some people might call trying to find copians, whatever. I'm looking from a perspective of you can see the glaring issues.
Yeah.
You can see that this team is just obviously not complete as some of our fans think. Like all of a sudden when we drop points, all of a sudden it's just the end of the world. I'm like, where did you have? I'm just like, okay, are you guys upset because we're not competing for a title now, like it was looking like before the Chelsea game, or are you guys just upset because I'm a bit confused because one day they say the team is not good enough, but then when we drop points, then all of a sudden, we should have not dropped the points. But then this is what I'm saying. I'm just confused because people, but where are we standing currently? Because I said this already. If we don't get Champions League, me personally, I don't think it's the end of the world because I'm still fine with it. Because I'm still fine.
I mean, you're already, if you make Europe, you're above expectation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, people keep forgetting we had such a good season where people even trying to put us into conversation that we should have not even been in, even if I would have thought about it. But
big up to Bayern Munich legend Harry Kane out on his own now on 24.
Before you carry on as well, Jess, big up
to them, man.
Hey, Jacob, you deserve it. Hold that. But yeah, big up Casually FC every single time. Big up Marshall, everyone you see over there. Make sure you subscribe to Casually FC, of course. I think the link's underneath in the description and it's on the featured channel page. So big up Casually FC. I say Marshall over there doing great work. And he's become a member of the channel as well, people. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. If you are a member of the channel or there's any perks that would make you join, let me know, people. But many great perks. And it is a way people say, oh, how do I get on the channel? Outside of Talk Your Ish, which is the fan calling show, it's a way to get on the channel. And then you may be here permanently. A lot of the permanent and regular hosts you see here.
I'll send out my PayPal.
I was a member first and called in people.
Account details. Okay. We'll get you on that way.
I had a question for Jez.
Yeah,
that's cool. No, Jez. So what I've kind of been noticing is Vicario, and Vicario's shine is kind of wearing off a little bit, and I think it's because teams are throwing more bodies in his face. You guys are conceding more from set pieces. Do you think that Ange needs to address that? Is that something that you've noticed as well? I think that you're getting if somebody gets physical with him or gets in his face, he crumbles a little bit.
I mean, this is the funny part about it because I think I told on the Q&A. We had a goalkeeper that actually was that Vicario at set pieces in terms of Luis. Yet our season we looked much better because obviously this is where I give the credit to the set piece coach that's not with us anymore.
Conte.
And no, not Conte, the set piece coach. The set piece coach. There's an actual coach for the set pieces. Yeah, the set piece coach.
Yeah.
But
who hired the set piece coach?
Huh?
Who hired the set piece coach? Is it not Conte's guy?
The club.
So it's not Conte's guy, no?
It wasn't Conte's guy. Because I think he stayed even after Conte left.
Fairs. I thought it was
people. That's what I'm saying. So it was the club. But Paratici, shout out to him. But but what I was saying is that I feel like this season, to be fair, even with the set pieces, I don't really remember us conceding from a lot of set pieces this season. I think it's generally just the Man City one and obviously the Everton one that people highlight and say all of a sudden, Vicario is an issue from the set pieces. Before that, I would hear you teaching if that was a thing all season and people were pointing it out. it's only pointing out because the Man City result and the Everton result. That's why I'm like, you know what? If this happens repeatedly, then cool, it just happens. Then he's just not great at the set pieces, especially if he's going to get physical. But then it's also where then I look at the manager and say, you have to kind of, okay, what can we do as a team on set pieces and defensively from stop happening, let these things happen, stop happening from. Because people say all the time, you don't criticize, and you don't seem to criticize him, or you're reluctant to criticize him because he's how do well of a job he's doing, 100%. But it's like when people remember the conversation when people saying Spurs in the title charge or title race.
I remember.
And I kept saying we're not in the title race. We should be happy. We should be what's the word? A better word than happy?
Ecstatic.
Ecstatic. Yeah. We should be ecstatic if we even get top 4 this season because
settings here.
Because I don't want to have another situation where everybody's getting ahead of themselves, thinking that this team is a lot better than it is. And I always had these issues with this team where I felt like, let's just wait out the season. Let's see what the issues are. And now we're seeing issues. Obviously, still getting results, which is the funny part because I think we only lost one game in the last 8. In the last 8, I think. But this is where this whole much the expectation has been risen under Ange, in my opinion, compared to going into the season. That's what I think is another reason why people are so much more on him now. But then you're gonna say, I'm just not really in this whole thing of we have to succeed now this season and trying to prove people wrong. Like I'm gonna be more critical of him in the second season because you've been here for a season, you're adjusting, you get to know you were given players in the first season, both January and in the summer. You can clearly see issues that we have. Now it's time for you to go and fix these issues. Like people were like question marks. Why is it that Spurs cannot? Why is Spurs struggling to see out games, and why do we concede late goals? There was a stat saying how Spurs have conceded the most goals in the I think 90th minute past.
Yeah, you lot have conceded. Yeah, you lot.
Which is ironic.
Carry on. Just 1 second. Carry on.
Yeah, which is the ironic part because I think only of those two matches actually out of all these goals where it actually generally affected us in terms of losing the game or dropping points. All the other games were like when we were smoking teams, but then they were able to get a goal at the end. Not like one of the consolation goals, these type of things to make the scoreline look a bit prettier. But then at the same time, I've been noticing that one as well where even if the opposition doesn't score, we let chances even at the end. And this is where I'm like, this is probably my biggest issue with Ange is that because I'm happy that he plays this brand of football, and obviously this is the type of brand of football I was asking to get to the club because I'm just tired of just what I was seeing for the last 3 years. But then at the same time, I'm not in the delusion thinking that you have to always go and be this rock and roll football. It's kind of similar to Klopp, where he was just where he just was doing it, committed to it, and said, "Fuck it, we're doing it, even if it means it drop points." Now, the difference is that I think Liverpool fans were just more patient with it because their new club is this manager that came from Dortmund. He did his things at Mainz too. It's just that because people still have this thing about, I'm seeing it's just weird comments. That's why I don't really follow even Spurs accounts like that because I'm seeing comments about people liking because he's saying mate, or people saying because he's playing this high line, or just these type of comments. Because often these comments only come like I can understand these comments a bit more if you're making these comments when we even win games. These comments only come up when we lose games or if we drop points. And
because you're not looking at the mistakes after you win games. I mean, and that's the kind of the short sighted.
And I talk about these things even if we win games.
You do.
And this is the key thing. Like I can be. That's why I feel like some people are like just being weird about or saying he came from the Scottish League. What do you expect and stuff like that? Well, the same guy that ironically the same guy that is saying that came from the Scottish League. Those people said in the summer he's gonna get sacked before Christmas. And that's where our fans, not even rival fans. If that was rival fans, I get it. But that's where our own fans saying that he was gonna get sacked by Christmas. So he's past Christmas. Obviously, some of the results today actually fancied us today in terms of West Ham not getting any points, and all the other teams are there's still a big gap, and obviously Chelsea losing as well. So yeah, there's still a decent gap, and obviously Newcastle dropped points to Luton as well, so it definitely helped us for sure. But it's just because we have 3 home games in a row, and it's just one of them ones where you have to just go 9 for 9 in my opinion, because it is 3 games at the home. It's that because I think our home form has not been great this season at all. Or the games has just been all a bit spooky in my opinion.
You guys, I mean, it's not like you're bringing people to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and killing them. I mean, yeah, it took last, you killed off Sheffield in dying minutes, for an example. Yeah. It's not like you guys you're absolutely killing some teams at home.
I think the issue is most of that. What I'm asking for, because I'm fine if we win those games 1-0 or 2-0, fucking even 3-0, but it's just more about feeling comfortable with those wins, because sometimes it feels, for example, Brentford, there should have been a comfortable win, but although we gave those 2 goals away to the Brentford, and then the scoreline, even though we were much better than Brentford, the scoreline doesn't look like it. That's why I feel like start trying to get results where, okay, we're getting those results at home, but also trying to look a bit more comfortable by perceiving those goals, because again, you cannot really go ahead and win things if you go and concede goals like that. In those fashions. And I think this is where obviously the summer comes along, because I think the summer I'm seeing a lot of things. Obviously Højbjerg is going to be gone because he's on 1 year left. I'm seeing one of the great news. I'm seeing that Skip could potentially leave the football club. I've never imagined that, because obviously I was saying about Hull, he could be coming into the home quarter. We always signed this young dude from Sweden, which when I look at his profile and the way even Ange has talked about it since he's come in, that looks like somebody that he already looks as a first teamer, despite his age already. So whatever he wants to mold him into maybe, because he could potentially actually get molded into a 6. Who knows? But he's young, so let's see how next season goes. But Sarr, I said this already. People in our fan base don't give Sarr enough credit. That's why for the people that want Gallagher, for example, I'm like, why? Because he doesn't start even over Sarr. Because there's so much that Sarr brings to the team, where I feel like even when he came on, you saw the difference immediately. And no disrespect to Bentancur or anything, but Sarr is just the driving force in our midfield in terms of helping us progress the ball, helping us winning the ball. He also adds height to the team as well. So it's just a brilliant player, in my opinion, in our midfield. And what did I say, Flores, a couple of weeks ago? People were shitting on Bissouma, saying, after a couple of games, Bissouma this, Bissouma that. I said, people, couple of weeks' time, you're going to start seeing again why Bissouma is important for this team, even if he's in a bad form. I've told this to people. And now all of a sudden, I'm seeing people say, obviously, I'm seeing more debate about Bissouma coming back, happy that he's back again. People were happy that he left for... I remember you people that were happy that he went to AFCON. Now all of a sudden, you're happy that he's back. Like I said, even if Bissouma doesn't start, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying that Bissouma is a part of this team that brings a positive effect to the team, and that's why I don't like. And that's why I don't like these conversations when wishes.
And then you got portions of your fan base that are bigging up Højbjerg when he's put in.
That's just his guy, man. He Højbjerg and see down there in the right.
I saw a clip today, and I quoted it.
He's awful.
So we received around the 60th minute. It was 2-1 or something. He receives the ball on the left. There's anchors of space. Just try, even if you want to end up passing the ball forward, just try with the ball at least, because Ashley Young still has to catch up. Gunnar Gay was near in the midfield to Maddison. There was so much space. What does this guy do? Hospital pass across the pitch. Gunnar Gay wins the ball and wins the foul. When there was space to drive, bro, this guy's allergic to just progress the ball forward. He's allergic to that. And this is this guy, the people, and the funny thing about it is here, I don't even think he was bad in the game, but he wasn't good either. He was average. And this is the problem. When you're trying to be a possession type of team, you need guys who are comfortable on the ball and being adventurous, especially in this Ange system. You can't have guys who want to be cowards and just want to be taking the safer options. Ironically, Højbjerg takes options that actually put us even under pressure. Kulusevski, that cameo when he came on, prior to the goal, the whole 1 minute, there were 3 times this guy was trying to sell us the game. And then, ironically, he lost the ball. He lost the ball prior to giving the fall away for the free kick, which we conceded in. He lost the ball, and he tried to make it up, by winning the ball back, and then we fault the guy, and then they score from the free kick. And I'm like, I was thinking, if he lets him go, Everton probably don't even score, because for an open play, these guys did nothing. Everything came from set pieces. So I'm like, why are you following these guys when you know they're good at set pieces? And this is just where I'm like, my head was gone when I just saw this frequency with Kulusevski, and I was just thinking, bro, like Johnson would have not done that. And people give Johnson a lot of stick, but at least Johnson is just smart enough to realize that, I don't give the ball away like that. But anyways, like, or to put it all to the bed with the Everton Spurs game, it's annoying and it's frustrating that you drop the points like this. But then I look in the same time thinking we didn't really play to our best capabilities as a team that we can be. I think a lot of them players were not up to it. I think I even predicted a draw going into this game. Because, again, early kick. Our team never responds to the first kick.
Wow.
Never. Like, it rarely happens. And yeah, man, I think we're playing Brighton next at home at our ground. Obviously, we have to beat them this time, because I feel like it's just a bad vibe if you just drop 2 points, and also Brighton just obviously beaten us like the 4-2 the last time. So try and see getting something back, because Bissouma will be back then by then. Sarr should be fully fit to start. Madison's getting another week of rest. Obviously, unfortunately, Son is not there, but obviously, shout out to him, Son. Semi-final of the Asian Cup. Scored a great goal to get his team. By the way, I still also remember these crooks that said that Son is not a good captain, man. Whatever, man.
Yeah, Jez remembers, man. Jez got receipts.
If the other guy who stayed at the club, if the other guy didn't go to Munich, he would have been the captain. That's the same guy who skied the penalty in the France game. Just saying, my captain, he's scoring free kicks from club. And by the way, King, you are a crook as well. Why are you never letting Son take a free kick? Guys, I'm seeing this guy score free kicks after free kicks, and Kane always hits the wall with them. Like, oh man, whatever, man. But we move. Brighton next, and hope we get the 3 points. Or
scoreline prediction for that, just Tottenham Brighton scoreline prediction.
I actually think we're getting a win there.
Yeah, you're gonna win.
I'm like, because I think we're playing Brighton, Wolves, and then
Chelsea.
Chelsea's postponed.
Oh, Chelsea postponed.
Yeah, cup final. So that's supposed to be playing Palace. And then, scoreline.
Yeah, go on.
I know we're just gonna concede goals. So you know what? I say 3-1 for us.
3-1. All right, cool. TJ, obviously you're away to West Ham. That's your desk game. Must be confident going into it. Scoreline prediction.
I'm gonna go 2-1, and I want to see the exact same lineup. If Jesus isn't available, I want to see the exact same lineup that we played against Liverpool. Let's take it to him. We showed what we can do in the midfield. Let's do it again. Jorginho earned himself another start after today. Incredible game. So yeah, I'm going 2-1. West Ham's difficult to win out of way. We've gotten they've been landing bubbles on our head, paws all season. So we got to get a victory on this one.
It is. And 2 games for the Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? What are you saying, sir? For obviously replay against Aston Villa. You know what I'm saying? For a place in the FA Cup 5th round at Villa Park. Prediction, my friend.
We'll show up because we're supposed to, but the game itself, I don't know. They just smashed Sheffield United 5-0.
Yeah,
so
they did.
They're in. They've got you lot next in the league as well. So I believe. So we'll set a marker down. I honestly don't know.
Not sure. All right. What about the game on Monday? Palace away, London derby, under the lights, Selhurst Park.
Literally what I just said 12 seconds ago. I don't know.
Bro, Poch is broken, bro. It's crazy.
If Poch, okay, so this is if Poch is there, we lose both.
Great.
Guess what? Guess what? The game after that to pick us up before the cup final, Man City away. So it's all good.
Oh, that Man City game. That might be the game that he actually gets sacked. You know, if he doesn't get sacked.
Do you reckon? I can see them sacking him if they go out to Villa. get beat heavily at City and lose the final, then I can see him.
No, he has to go after that.
You missed it. Yeah.
I mean, in terms of the reason why I think the City game is because I think this is actually the game where they're actually going to start singing Pochettino out.
You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, these are like, I think if they would have done it, then they're probably second to pretty much today for us, obviously. But if they would have sung those songs, then maybe Pochettino got. I don't know. Like I said, this what caused the Potter thing as well to get sacked. On the day when who did you guys lost again so far? Prior to Potter getting sacked.
I don't think we lost. I think we drew.
Oh yeah, you might have drawn, but I remember
we drew to Everton or something.
Yeah, and I think the fans were singing about Potter out in that. And then obviously, then I feel like this is it's like you said earlier. It's like the Oli thing where only when the fans at the stadium making it really feel like, yo, get the hell out of here, then they're actually going to play. Yeah, I guess
that's the problem though with our fans. They'd rather sing Roman Abramovich.
This what I'm saying. Like he's not going to come back. So it's like, it's like not getting over your ex, but your ex had to leave you, bro.
It's like whenever we sacked Jose Mourinho, and the other manager didn't work afterwards. He's not coming back. Well, he did once, but
he did.
Back, you know what I mean? That was like 10 years later. But
but it's an old scenario.
I mean, shut up, Flawless. He wants to go to Man United. That's what he said. This week. You not read that?
I get that. It was we're the only big club that's dumb enough to take him, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? I fully get it. It's like just wanting Beyonce. Fully understand it. Same shit.
Hold my beer. We might be in that conversation.
Yeah, true say. You like, your owners can't be that daft. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro. It's the same ones that brought Lampard back and thought it was a good PR move. You know what I mean?
That's true. Hey, Lampard, run it back.
Run it back again. Let's go. Let's do it again. Part 3, Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi was one of the better ones.
Actually, that's so far. I do have to ask
you. It won't be Return of the Jedi. It'll be the last one, the Rise of Skywalker or whatever.
I actually have to ask you though, if they bring back Lampard as interim, are you actually invested for the rest of the season somehow?
I'm not watching. That's what
you start watching. That's great.
You'll get me this podcast. I won't talk about Chelsea. That's where right now.
Cool. We can talk about everything else, man. I'll be the I'll watch Chelsea. I'll be the Chelsea rep. Yeah. I watch Chelsea.
You guys have to tell me about Chelsea, and I'll go, oh, okay. I didn't see it.
I got you. I'll be the United rep and the Chelsea rep.
That's fine, bro. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I will literally tap out. I will go there and start tapping people out. That'll be the difference. I might.
Lampard back 3 times, bro. Like,
second as an interim as well. Second as an interim. Imagine being hired by the club 3 times, and 2 of them has been as interim. I mean, I know we did it for Gus Hiddink, but his CV is slightly better than
his CV is stacked.
Imagine. I'd actually go to Lampard and go, "Do you have no pride? You know what I mean? You have no shame, do you? You're just like you're gonna get the job afterwards or something like that."
By the way, I do need to ask one last thing probably before we close all this.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
Did you see the thing with the Mudrick and the fan on Instagram thing?
Is that real?
This is what I wanted to ask. Is it real?
Yeah, I don't know if it's real. That's funny though.
So
somebody in the chat though. I'll let Jess explain. Go on, I'm still here.
Well, there was somebody on IG, obviously screenshotting his conversation with Mudrick and the DMs, pretty much talking about how he's garbage and that, and how he needs to improve. So Mudrick's response was, 1v1 me in like a football and like street FIFA street type of thing. 1v1, and he said, "I give you 10K if you win."
The only thing I saw on Instagram was that guy who looked like Hoyland in the crowd, and he got snubbed.
Hey, Hoyland, you're not Hoyland. You are. Hey, you are Hoyland.
You're a bad
man. How could you?
Bad person. Bad person.
You are actually disgraceful. Like
that guy made you. I'm gonna
so funny.
I'm gonna jump off. Ziad's asked me to stop him for a couple of minutes still on his channel, so I'm just gonna do that.
No stress, man. Do your thing, man.
I'll be on
today, we are running pro clubs, but if it's glitched, you'll get like 2-3 games and then we're gonna call it quits. Yeah. But yeah, bless up Surfer every single time. Yeah,
big up Surfer.
Big up Surfer.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, yeah. This was the only thing that I wanted to ask about the Chelsea thing, because obviously That is hilarious. And I always think about,
dude, what I cannot believe what a bullet we dodged. Go ahead, sorry.
No, this is what I was literally about to go to. Like, what was actually Arteta or anybody who was involved in the process at Arsenal thinking that, you know what, let's go to Ukraine, spend 100 million on Mudryk. Like,
I don't think
wild.
It's wild. Like, could you imagine if that like separate timeline, what that would look like? We dodged the biggest bullet.
That could have potentially stopped you getting Rice, because obviously.
Well, no, 100%. And here's another thing you gotta remember is it's like we've been calling for Edu out, Arteta out. Well, you know, me and my camp have been. I'm just kind of like, you know what? That's where their incompetence has actually served us, because Trossard fell out at Brighton. He fell into our laps, and then we had to go and get consolation Jorginho. So it's looking good, for a majority of the time it's looked sus, but today it served us really, really well. So I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, their incompetence definitely backed us up. I would not, like, Mudryk is just not it. He's not it. Not it.
Well, people, we are going to close out here. Hope you have enjoyed the show. Obviously, first time we've done a crossover with four of the 6 podcast people. Of course, talking at Tottenham Talk, going to talk from the Arsenal podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, and of course, the Man United podcast as well. But run up the likes on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after. Big up to you. Big up everyone supporting. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Of course, make sure, and Warrior J, I'll get to that question before we close out. Make sure you go subscribe to TJ Warren TV. TJ, let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Yep, TJ Warren TV. I believe by next stream, I don't know if I have anything scheduled. Just keep an eye on the community tab. Go and subscribe to TJ Warren TV, and I post my schedule to the community tab. A lot of what I've been doing, what I'm doing this week is on other channels, just because my work schedule has been absolutely crazy. So catch me tomorrow night on Staffy TV. The show that is taking the internet by storm, American Waffle. It'll be 1 a.m. UK time Tuesday morning, and that is 8 Eastern if you are in the US of A. And then obviously you can catch me here every Thursday with Flawless and Tony Claude midnight UK for the Arsenal Man United show. And then the American Idiot show this week will be absolutely lit. Fridays 9 p.m. UK. Again, big up Jez, big up Flawless. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Every time. Jez, anything you want to add, fam, before we close out?
Hey, man. I don't get along with Arsenal. But one thing I do say is, man, we own Liverpool at North London. Baby. Come on.
Oh, my God. This
No,
guy. Love to shame this.
No, I know. Ours was controversial, but fuck it. You take the small W's, man.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Hey, Barrio Balotelli, don't worry about not being able to call in tomorrow because you already support, so big up. Before you go, Flawless, who was my man of the match in the West Ham game? It was a good team performance overall, to be honest. No one really stood out, so I don't have a man of the match. And in regards to, the Martinez injury, if he's out for a long period, that's significant. Major significance. For real. So hopefully it isn't too long of a period. Basically, FA Cup. But big up to everyone that's locked in. What have we got coming up today? So we will be redirecting from here to the Sarcasm City TV gaming YouTube channel. So don't go anywhere. We'll redirect you. Just hit the like button and subscribe to the gaming channel once you land. We'll be running pro clubs. Talk Your Ish is back. It'll be slightly earlier because we're doing the Back Again podcast at 5 p.m. So 3 p.m. UK time, Talk Your Ish. It's the fan calling show that's open for anybody to call in. So if you're in the chat and you're like, right, I want to have my say. I want to rant about something. I want to ask Flawless a question. I want to disagree with him about something. Whatever the case may be, it's open. No matter who you support. Doesn't matter where you're calling in from. Doesn't matter if you just found the channel. Doesn't matter if you're a regular. Feel free to call in. So that's 3 p.m. UK time, Talk Your Ish, fan calling show. And then, of course, as always, doing the most, which is the Premier League show where myself, Jez, and the rest of the panelists, there's 5 different categories. It's interactive, people. Interactive show, and we run polls on the 5 different categories: most untouchable manager, most under the cosh manager, most unacceptable error, most unpredicted result, and most unforgettable goal. And that was all off the top of the dome. I didn't even read that shit, people. I'm on a roll. You know what I'm saying? Right there in the brain, people. You know what I'm saying? But love to everyone that's locked in. Again, make sure you subscribe to TJ's channel. Make sure you do that. TJ Warren TV. But love to everyone that's locked in. Like I said, we are going to redirect. And before, one last thing. This show and all the other shows on the channel are available across all audio platforms, people. all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcast, wherever you stream your music. If they have a podcast section, Sarcasm City TV will be there apart from watch along. So like I always state, if you want to listen while you're cooking, cleaning, driving, at work, maybe you're traveling, maybe you're at the gym, but don't listen to us at the gym when you're doing bench press, because you might laugh and drop the weights on yourself. We don't want you injuring yourselves, people. So yeah, make sure check us out on there. So Spotify, all you Spotify users, please follow us, Sarcasm City TV. 5-star us. iTunes, Apple Podcasts, make sure you 5-star us, leave us a review. Same with SoundCloud as well. But love to everyone that's locked in. Hope you've enjoyed this crossover show, which has been Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Love. Big up to everyone that's locked in. See you lot on the gaming channel. Respect.